Thanks, Jonathan. And so nice to be here. Thanks for having me. So SB 1024 has been proposed with the best of intentions, but it's deeply flawed. As somebody working successfully on the ground to create more affordable units in one of Connecticut's most affluent communities, I'm here to tell you that SB 1024, as currently drafted, will have an immediate adverse impact on the creation of affordable housing in many high opportunity zones in our state. This must be the exact opposite of what you hope to accomplish as legislators. You should either oppose its adoption or amend it as detailed in my written testimony. As you consider the bill, please keep in mind that Connecticut is a very small state with widely disparate real estate markets, ranging from Waterbury, where a current two-bedroom condo is listed for $49,000, to Westport, where a new two-bedroom condo adjacent to our downtown is listed for $4.5 million. Really? Land prices in Greenwich, Connecticut can be 1,000 times more expensive than those in a place like Columbia, Connecticut. With pricing this dramatically different across the state, it's simply not credible to suggest that a statewide zoning reform mandating as-of-right development will have the same impact in different communities. It's a little like comparing equality with equity. There's a terrific pictorial that shows two people trying to view a baseball game over a big fence. One of them is tall and can almost see, the other is short. Prescribing the same solution for both means giving them the exact same size box to stand on to view the game. This would enable the tall person to see, but would leave the shorter one still straining. Equity, however, requires giving the shorter person a different size box so they can also see over the fence. The proposal in front of you today errs in mandating that every community in Connecticut serve up the same exact box, even though our housing markets are so different. In Westport, we're working to provide higher boxes where needed to promote equity. For example, we require all multifamily developments, even those with under 4 units, to deed restrict a full 20% of their units as affordable. We do this because in Westport, it works economically, but in other towns like New Milford, this wouldn't work economically. Section 6 of this bill mandates that every town above a certain size must take exactly the same approach to
3
housing.
minutes are up.
I'm a lot more to say, so hopefully you'll ask me a lot of questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danielle, or Ms. Dobin and Rep. Steinberg, and we so appreciate your patience. I do see that there are a number of questions, so I have a feeling you will have an opportunity to share more with us. I'll begin with Senator Wong, to be followed by Representative Winkler.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to thank Representative Steinberg for his comments on the as-of-right issue, and to thank Ms. Dobin for her work as the chair of Westport's Planning and Zoning, and also her initiation of the Affordable Housing Task Force. But I wish if we had more flexibility regarding this Zoom world that we live in, I would have hoped to be able to also include Westport's first selectman, Jim Marpy, who is also waiting in the waiting room. And I don't know if the chair would indulge in having him exchange as well, sooner versus later. But that being said, Danielle, thank you for your great work. Can you talk a little bit about the impact it would have in Westport as it relates to the TOD proposal for not only the main Westport train station, but also Greens Farms and the surrounding communities of Southport that would be impacted by these overreaching terms that you're reading?
Thanks, Senator. So I'm not going to speak about Southport because that's actually a part of Fairfield, but I'm happy to talk about the impact in Westport. And the impact in Westport is really similar both around the Saugatuck train station and around our main street. What we've done in Westport is leverage our really expensive land prices to require, as a price of doing business in Westport, 20% affordability with every single multifamily project. What that does is incentivize larger projects because applicants, who are of course looking to make money on their projects, are assembling land and building slightly larger projects to offset the cost of all of that affordability. What this bill does is gives developers an opportunity to completely and totally bypass our 20% affordable. Instead, they can build 4 townhouses, luxury townhouses as of right. And remember that $4.5 million price tag attached to a new townhouse that's across the river from our downtown, what this will do is allow people to build small projects with 4 of those up to 15 different units. Let's say there'll be 3 or 4 of these projects per acre in all of these areas. No applicant is going to self-select into our inclusionary zoning when they can opt instead to build purely luxury units. And what it does is removes from our control, the Planning and Zoning Commission's control, and we are elected in Westport, the opportunity to use a number of different tools in our toolkit to incentivize affordability. And instead of affordability, as of right market in a place like Westport, it just means as of right luxury. And I don't believe that that creates anybody's definition of middle housing. And of course, there's all sorts of environmental concerns and the like, dealing with Saugatuck, which is located adjacent to our river, or Greens Farms, which is almost entirely surrounded by marshland. But, you know, those almost come secondary in terms of what I'm talking to you about today, because I know that a lot of you care deeply about affordability, and I don't want